Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between BubblyFrog and VampyWorm on Orbital Shipyard. This was submitted to me at FalconPaladin@gmail.com. You too can submit your Legacy of the Void or Heart of the Swarm replays to FalconPaladin@gmail.com, and I will cast them. Alright, in the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Zerg player, BubblyFrog. I like that name. Sounds like a happy frog. Maybe like an infected frog, though, with like bubbles of pus coming up. That's gross. I'm going to move on. In the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Protoss player. It is VampyWorm, representing Team Ascension with their logo that is always so smooth and so nice. And whoever did that work, I give them a lot of props. Maybe one day I'll find out who it is and actually publicly call them out as being awesome on my channel. Looks like we're going 15 hatch here for BubblyFrog. Again, very, very brave. This is a two-player map, so Protoss knows where you are. If they want to cannon you, they can quite easily. But no, the drone scout came out, saw exactly what's going on, does see the two workers in the gas, into the gateway, into the cyber core, which tells us there's probably going to be adepts. The drone checks to make sure there's not a nexus out there, which is not too likely at this point, at this stage in the game. Oh, there we go. Actually, it was likely because there it is. But either way, taking the expansion, going to go ahead and try to get pressure on the Zerg player with these Adepts. Again, what we've seen here is that Adepts are good. They are tanky, there we go. They are strong. They do extra damage to light units like Zerglings and drones. Let's see here. Actually, let me pull it out. I think it's 23 damage to light, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's pull out this guy, and yeah, 23 damage versus light, which means they do two-shot Zerglings, which is pretty damn fantastic. This drone's still following this probe, making sure he doesn't plant a proxy pylon anywhere. This Adept is very, very brave, heading out across the map to see what damage he can do. The answer to this is pretty much to spend just a bunch of slowlings. They can get a surround on the Adept and kill it. Sure, the Adept gets 2 or 3 ling kills, but it's not really worth it in the long run. Here we go. 1 shot, 2 shots with that range being so effective. Might use the psionic transfer ability to catch up to those lings, but I think VampyWorm wants to save that for later, so here he comes on up into the main, just as happy as he can be to get these kills off on these lings. And here's a big group of them, though. Oh boy, again, they are slowlings, but they're faster than Adepts. Gonna try to get that surround off. Can't quite get it, though. You can kind of get some shots. If the Adept stops to shoot, he slows down and takes a couple hits there, but the Adept has not taken any hull damage yet. Just a bunch of shield damage, which does come back, so no big deal. A couple queens here as well to help with this. Queens are a good thing to use to ward off those Adepts because they are armored, and so the Adepts only do 10 damage to them, which I think is, yeah, 10 damage. Here comes the attempt on the surround, but no, there are 2 Adepts here now on the mothership core. The lings get shoot away. This poor drone just trying to go back home and gets taken down as well. Some pretty good kill numbers, 2 kills, 5 kills. Mothership core has 1 as well. So VampyWorm hasn't lost anything. Okay, lost a probe in this game. 7 lings and 1 drone have gone down for BubblyFrog. So not looking too good for our Zerg player right now, but he is taking a 3rd base. He knows what he's doing against Protoss, who has taken that early 2nd. I need to get the 3rd base going. The Oracle heading on in. I don't think we're going to see the Oracle be used like Walnut uses him, where he throws down the stasis wards everywhere. I think this Oracle might just be used to kill lings and drones and things like that using the Pulsar Beam. So let's take a look here. Yep, Pulsar Beam is ready to go, ready and rare, and has enough energy for it. But again, just kind of hanging out. The forward pylon is here. Does our friend know where any of these things are? Zerg player does now. Comes on in, gets a big surround on these Adepts. Every single Adept is going to die, I have to imagine. Yes, and the Oracle manages to shoo them away. A couple Zealots come in. Zealots do a little bit better, I think, in just straight up combat against lings, but again, outnumbered that poorly. I'm not sure they would have fared any better than the Adepts did. What's coming up? Another Oracle. So an Oracle Zealot mothership core push to the front of the Zerg base. That's interesting. Might get some roaches out to deal with this. Is there a roach swarm? Yes, there is. 6 roaches in production. Also upgrading to a lair. The best Zerg players can get the units out while they're teching at the same time and not die to crazy stuff. So well played by BubblyFrog. Looks like he is a pretty high-level player. I am interested to see if he can actually beat VampyWorm here, who seems to have a bit of an early lead, taking his 3rd base already. 4th base not anywhere near ready to go for BubblyFrog. And needs to get some scouting off to check to see if that is there. So here come the roaches. They're going to move on up and try to deal with this threat. And they're going to get basically be able to kill every single one of these Zealots. They are going to go down. The Pulsar Beam going to town on these roaches as well, though. Bam, bam. All but 2 of the roaches are dead. And I think we might get 1 more as well. No, the speed kicks in, and nope. The roach does die. There's only a single roach left being chased down by these Oracles, and it gets killed as well. So the Queen says, oh no, Oh, you don't often see oracles take down queens, but when they're being helped by stalkers, and there are 3 oracles to 1 queen, that is a thing you might actually end up seeing. This roach comes out, immediately gets torched. VampyWorm doing a ton of early damage. Might actually take down this 3rd base for BubblyFrog, which would be bad news for him, that is for sure. Roaches are here, queens are here. The queens immediately sniping down the mothership core as fast as they can, and poof. It dies. Transfuse going down on the queens, chasing away these oracles. This mass oracle play is really interesting from VampyWorm. Stalker goes down as well. Another stalker being forced to retreat with very low health. And all the oracles go home. Interesting attempt. I think that was a bit of an experimentation from VampyWorm. He can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but what it feels to me like is that he wanted to see what a mass oracle with some ground support obviously would do against Zerg, and the answer is pretty well. Killed a bunch of roaches. 24 lings and 7 roaches have gone down for BubblyFrog right now, but it looks like he lost, VampyWorm lost a couple adepts, 3 stalkers, a mothership core, and 3 zealots, so might be a little bit even at this point. 48 to 48 harvesters, very even on that worker count, but again, this 3rd base is up for VampyWorm. We need a 4th base from BubblyFrog as soon as possible. Also, an inject here would be nice, BubblyFrog. Where would you take your 4th base as a Zerg player? Probably over here. It's just down this ramp. I guess you'd have to open those up a little bit closer than this space is. This feels really isolated, really able to be picked off by Void Rays and Zealot counterattacks and things like that. But this seems to be the best place to go, unless you just want to go here at the gold. Spread out your creep out this way, which might look like what BubblyFrog is trying to do, is spread it out this way towards the gold to get that extra income and see what he can do with it. But either way, 56 to 46 harvesters now. VampyWorm has the lead. Again, feeling very strong. BubblyFrog has a lot of income in the bank. There we go. Oh, just made 8 mutas. That's what he was doing. Saving up for those Mutalisks. Against this composition of Voiders and Stalkers, and I guess Oracles can't really shoot up. So maybe a good composition depending on how many mutas you have. 8's probably not enough. Hydras might be a better answer here. Hydras against this composition would do pretty fantastic. Stasis Ward actually catching a single Zergling, 2 Zerglings, throwing down another Stasis Ward again to catch this guy as soon as he... No, did it actually... That was weird. The Stasis Ward popped. I think it hit this Ling again, because it didn't enact on this one like I thought it would. So interesting. Very, very weird. The Muta's going to come up and try to harass, try to keep the Protoss player in his base. VampyWorm does not have any cannons. He might be preparing to get cannons, but he doesn't have them yet. That is for sure. Moving on up, the Overlord sees everything before it explodes, because the Voiders are probably going to kill it, unless they're on move command, in which case they will not kill it. And yeah, making that army come on back home is the presence of these Mutalisks in the main base, raining down that fire on all these workers. VampyWorm has not pulled his probes at all. I don't know what that was all about. But either way, the Mutalisks are flying in, trying to snipe down these Oracles as best they can without really engaging with the Void Rays, flying around to the right side. Going to try to swoop on back up to the natural and kill as many workers here as he possibly can. Just evening up the worker count right now, to be honest. No 4th base at all for BubblyFrog right now. I think he needs to do a lot of damage with this to stay on equal footing with VampyWorm, or he might actually lose. Again, flying out again does not lose a single Muta in that engagement, I don't think. No, well played there, Mutalisks. 4th base, though, coming up for Vampy. Yikes! You don't want to be out-based, BubblyFrog. You gotta take a 3rd somewhere. Here it is. 4th base, rather. 4th base coming up. Creep spread looking okay for the 9-minute mark. I'd expect it to be a little bit better, but again, there's been a lot of battling going on, so no big deal there. Mutas flying around, seeing what they can see. Might actually be able to scout out either this or this, depending on where they go, but they hang out there. That is not something, yeah, he knows about it. Go try to take it down. There we go. BubblyFrog feeling a little bit more brave now, heading on out. Actually, not to try to force a cancel on that 4th base, but coming in to the 3rd base, killing more and more workers. They are dying so fast. The Phoenix are out now, though. The Phoenix are out for VampyWorm, and these Mutas are not in a happy position. Lurkers and Hydras are the tech switch answer for BubblyFrog. Trying to take down this base. I'm not sure if the DPS is enough to kill it, because these Phoenix are coming right down in. It's enough to chase them away. Getting a little bit too close, actually taking some shots from those Mutas. Bringing, oh man, that is a good play. BubblyFrog brings in the more healthy Mutas to the front to take the hits from these Phoenix. And here we go. The Hydra's moving in to play defense, anti-air defense against those Phoenix. This base is going to fall immediately. Hydra DPS is a lot. So this army, pretty fantastic, but again, I think against Mass Hydra, gonna be close. We'll have to see. Lurker Den just about finished morphing. The army comes over. The Phoenix trying to save that base a little bit too late. They're like, ah, we weren't able to kill anything. That's a lot of Phoenix, a lot of Void Rays. It is 144 to 156 supply. VampyWorm is actually supply blocked right now. BubblyFrog has a lot of money in the bank and a lot of free supply. What's he going to do with it is the question. Nothing right now. Getting the infestation pit, getting, okay, 8 more Mutalisks. That was the answer. Getting +1 carapace and +1 missile attack as well for the lurkers and the hydras. Creep spread getting pretty scary now, and actually muta attack. Wow, VampyWorm not interested in throwing down cannons at all in his bases, and as a result, he's actually lost 33 harvesters in this game. I might actually lose some mutas in response. Good angle of attack here from these Phoenix. Actually managed to kill every single muta in that flock. 8 mutas in all have died, but there are a replacement group of 8 that just popped out. So good play by our player BubblyWorm, or BubblyFrog here, BubblyWorm, VampyFrog and BubblyWorm. Alright, lurkers are here. I don't know if that's a good idea just because I think Void Rays are going to burn them down because they are armored. Take that extra damage. Flying on, finally taking down that Overlord. He's been scouting forever. He's so happy he stayed alive. He's just like, yes, I'm staying alive all this time. People have passed me by, haven't even bothered to kill me, but nope. In the end, does get smoked down by those Phoenix. Lurkers burrowing to take down reinforcements, I have to assume. A bit of a miss there. That is the thing. The farther away the lurker claws go, what are they called? Spines go, the more apt they are to miss a moving target. So Hydras come on in here to the 3rd base and just lay waste to this entire base. Taking down all of the workers. Going to try to snipe this Nexus as well, I have to imagine. The rest of this group, these Roaches and the Hydras coming on in, trying to take down production facilities, maybe trying to snipe down this Stargate. Yes, that is the answer. Everybody coming back home right now for BubblyFrog. There is trouble to be had. The Hydras sniping down so many of these air units. Phoenix are dying. Oracles are dying. They're just standing here. They're trying to use Graviton Beam, but I don't think it's enough. The Hydras are going to stand and fight, but I think this might be too many Stalkers and too many Void Rays to deal with. And yes, all these Hydras are dead. This group, however, still alive. Trying to snipe down the Nexus, I guess, but no, Graviton Beam comes into effect here, and this entire small group of the Swarm die as well. And there we go. But again, I think BubblyFrog got what he wanted to get. He sniped a base. He's killed 50. Is that 59? 59 workers have died in this game. 29 are left for VampyWorm. He needs to win this game now because mutas are in his natural, killing his workers again. VampyWorm pulls them out. I don't think there's going to be any response from Vampy now. No. He says, it is time. We're going to do what we can. The Stasis Sword, though, going down on these Hydras. They can't help in the attack, and they are basically left in half. And as soon as they pop out of that stasis, they will die. Is it a base race is the question. BubblyFrog trying to snipe down those production facilities, but the Hydra is actually a little bit farther away. He let them live. That's what he did. Oh no, another stasis catches them all. VampyWorm knows what he's doing. He's going to try to destroy this 3rd base as well. All the drones need to get pulled immediately. This is a lot of DPS here. It is effectively a base race. Lurkers are here. Phoenix are here trying to clean out the Mutalisks. The Hydras playing defense as well, trying to take down these Phoenix at the same time. Phoenix are dying. Mutas are dying. This base has been sniped. VampyWorm trying to micro in 2 separate locations. Overseers are here. This base is up and running, though. That's pretty important for VampyWorm. Hydra's going to town in this main base. They've taken down, I think, all of the Stargates. Are there any left? I don't see anywhere here in the main. Assimilators getting taken down. Pylons getting taken down as well. VampyWorm decides to take down this 4th base and try to melt it into the ground. Going to be able to do it here with a huge army that he has. Is 158 to 97 supply. BubblyFrog has the advantage, but I think that VampyWorm might have the better, composition, to be honest. So again, this base goes down. There are not many buildings left, however, for our friend VampyWorm. He does have the +1 upgrade to the spines, as well as the spines coming from these Hydralisks. These buildings are dying very, very quickly. Hydras finally find this base, forcing the probes to run away, taking a base at the gold. I think that is scouted, though. Yes, it does get scouted. The army trying to move up here, but no, there are so many lurkers playing defense. All of those guys died. All the stalkers went down. VampyWorm says, lol, lurkers. A little bit salty, I have to imagine, but this has been such a good game, and that is it. VampyWorm is defeated. BubblyFrog is victorious. And woo, pretty amazing game there. I have to say, probably what cost VampyWorm the most was losing all those workers. Looking at the units lost tab, he lost 90 probes in this game. And again, a lot of them were lost in this final base trade. That's pretty much unavoidable. But the Muta attacks, that Hydra attack that came into the 3rd base, losing this base as well, pretty much undefended. putting just a few cannons in the line might have helped to save his probes that actually died there. Again, VampyWorm is on Team Ascension. He knows what he's doing, but I really think that was what cost him the game. Also, I guess running up this ramp without really having vision. And all of these lurkers, holy smokes, that's a lot of lurkers. Is that one exploding or hatching? I think it's hatching. But yeah, 3 kills there, 1 kill there, 4 kills there. That was a lot of dead stalkers, and that was pretty much it. So, thank you so much for watching. This has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all /FalconPaladin. And thank you so much again for sending this replay in to FalconPaladin@gmail.com. You can send me those any time of the day. I will respond and let you know that I got it and that I plan on casting it. And thanking you so very much for all of your support, everybody who watches these videos. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.